Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and welcome to the premiere episode of Unleash, where we get to know faculty, staff, and students around here at Morgan County High School. For our very first episode, we have the one and only former head football coach, teacher of history, government, gym, and also creator of the outdoor education class, Bill Malone. Thank you for being here, Coach Malone.
Levi, thank you for having me here.
All right, before we start, I actually got to talk to a couple of students and staff about their impact on you and one of their favorite memories with you. Let's roll with that.
My favorite memory, Coach Malone, when we had team sports together, and he'd get out there, shoot around with us. We had fun in the class. And, yeah, he impacted me by a lot of ways. He, taught me a lot of lessons, put a lot of knowledge in my head, and he's just a good person to talk to, life lessons.
My favorite memory with Coach Malone is going over to his house one time and he cooked us all like 120 wings. He's always offered, I'm friends with his son Key, and he's always offered a house to stay at over the weekends if we ever needed a place.
Coach Malone's impacted me in a couple of different ways. One, he's a friend. He's a personal friend outside of school, so I'm very fortunate to know he and his wife very well, and he has been a very good friend to us. But he's also coached my kid, and that, as a parent, to have a coach who includes your kid and makes your kid feel important and teaches your kid not only how to be a good player and a better person on the field, but a good person off the field, that's every parent's dream, and that's really what I hope. I hope they can find somebody as good as he is to replace him.
My favorite memory with Coach Malone is always being able to come off the field after making a good play or either a bad play and having him congratulate you or cheer you up or just, motivate you to keep going. He's impacted me throughout the year, just making me continue to work hard and never let me get complacent with myself and just keep working.
How has Coach Malone impacted me this year? Well, I think he's impacted me very nicely. I mean, he's a good friend to me.
Well, obviously just the football games, He's part of the reason the dog pound is what it is. Greatest dog pound ever, Plus, he brought Key into this world, and Key's my little baby.
Just an overall great coach. He always pushes us to do better, not even just on the field, like in the classroom and everything. And I have to say, one of my favorite memories with him is when we went to the football camp in Blakely. We just had a good time, a lot of laughing and fun.
Coach Malone's one of my favorite people at the school. His son Key's one of my best friends. I've been to his house a couple times. I love the guy. I have so many great memories with him.
I'll go ahead and start with the memory. The very first thing that I remember from Coach Malone is when I came over to Morgan County High School before I started working, but it was their last day of spring practice. And I got out here and I was watching the guys scrimmage, and Coach Malone was out there with a shimmer on, which if y'all don't know is a crop top cut off shirt, running around, his belly hanging out and wearing khaki shorts. And I knew that this guy was going to be something special to work with. And he's been very special to me, very special to my coaching career. He's taught me a lot, not just about football, but how to treat the kids, how to treat the teachers and the administration and everybody involved in our football program. He's been a true blessing to me and my family, and I've been honored and been privileged to be able to work with him for the past 4 years.
Coach Malone he's put me down most of the time and been really mean and a negative impact on my life, so I just have to say that.
Well, it seems you've had a positive impact on almost everyone, but I think we can all agree that Joe Plumley does kind of deserve that.
Jonah, he's one of a kind, isn't he?
He is. Now, let's talk about your coaching career, Coach. You've been coaching here since 2007, overall 14 seasons, 67 losses, 83 wins, 2 region championships, and actually 2 years ago you won Atlanta Falcons High School Football Coach of the Week. What has it been like coaching here at Morgan County?
Well, I'll tell you what, I've been the head coach since 2007 and came here in 1994. And I think it's been kind of a tale of two careers. The first part of my career, I was the offensive coordinator here, but at the same time I was also the U.S. history teacher. Me and Joe Tiller did that at the same time. And I really, at the first part of my career, enjoyed teaching school an awful lot. I had a lot of fun the first part of my career, enjoying U.S. history. School and the second part of my career, being the head coach, it sort of changed what I was doing in the classroom. Somebody, it may have been you, mentioned the outdoor ed and the PE, government. I was graduation coach for a little bit. So I've done a lot of different things since 2007. And, so the two different periods in my life here at the high school, both have been rewarding, but for different reasons.
Coach Malone, what comes to mind when you hear the name Travis Nolan?
Travis Nolan. I'll tell you what. The thing about Travis Nolan is this. He is a buddy of mine, a great friend of mine, an absolute fantastic coach. I can say nothing negative about that guy, but I think I'm 0-7 against the teams that I've coached versus the teams that he's coached. They've stomped us every time. And so I got a little, chink in my armor from him, but I love the guy. Good fella.
It's great.
What brings that up? Where'd you come up with Travis Nolan?
Just a little something we came up with before.
Well, I think y'all dug deep to find that. Yeah,
yes, sir, we did. We did a little bit of research.
Perfect.
Now, before coming to Morgan County, it came to our attention that you actually coached at Jackson. What was that like?
That was weird because that was my high school. I graduated from there in ¡86, came back in 1990, my first year out of college, and my first day as a brand new teacher was call and roll, and went through the names and got to, I can't remember if it was the R's or the S's, but anyhow, there was a boy on my roll who I had taken PE with 4 years earlier, and so that was different being in your own hometown. There was a lot of good stuff, but it was fantastic when Coach Moore asked me to come over here in '94.
That's great. Now, you mentioned earlier that you have a teaching career here with not only outdoor education and history, but government as well. What's it been like, having all three of those classes? How have you maintained that?
Well, the U.S. history was pretty cool because that's what I love. I can sort of sit down like you and I are talking right now and kind of work my way through U.S. history. And government's a little bit different. Government's more like especially here this year and last, more of a current events type class. And then the outdoor ed, the best part about that, Levi, is that there's a lot of things that I need to learn. And I got some kids, I'm trying to remember who it was today, Parker Dowd and Will Mealer, showing me some things that I didn't quite understand. So I think being able to clean up around the school and learn some things from some kids and hopefully teach some kids a few things makes it a pretty cool job.
Now, besides cleaning up the school, what else do you do in outdoor education?
Last year, we learned how to shoot a bow and arrow. We built a fire with nothing but a flint. We've built a couple or three dams.
I've known Coach Malone a long time. We've been good friends for a really long time. Probably one of my most favorite memories was at a back to school.
We learned how to sharpen knives and axes and saws and things like that. And then, we got some kids who had absolutely no idea how to run a chainsaw or run a weed eater or chain out the line or mix the fuel. So, we just do a whole bunch of different things and always looking for stuff too.
Sounds very useful in the real world.
Well, hopefully so.
So, besides teaching and coaching, what's your overall opinion about the community here in Morgan County?
I love it. When we came in '94, Levi, I thought that I'd be here for about 3 or 4 years and then jump off someplace bigger and, go off and, be a coordinator somewhere else, win a state championship with somebody, then get their job and win a state championship or 2 or 5 at their school. So when I came here, that was my goal. Then we had Alex in '96, and when we had her, and a lady got a job over at the elementary school. She was a parapro at first, and then got a job as a teacher. This started feeling like home, and we've been up in the Bostwick area the whole time, and love it up there. And I just think it's a really cool place to grow up. I bet it was a cool place to grow up, and it's a real cool place to turn into an old man.
And I can completely agree. So what's next for you, Coach Malone? What's next after you have just retired from your position as former head football coach?
Well, I'm very fortunate that our family has got some land over in Jasper County. And so I've been piddling around over there for the past, really starting when the pandemic started, cutting some roads and making it more accessible for folks that are inside the family. So I'll probably spend a lot of time over there in Shadydale. I got a group of guys that are here at the school and a couple that are outside the school. We formed a little club called the SDM, and I think that that group will get together and shoot some skeet and do some fishing and ride four-wheelers and, things like that. So I think I think I got plenty that's going to keep me busy.
That's good. Sounds like a great opportunity for you.
I hope it's a good opportunity. Maybe we'll find a pot of gold or something.
Oh, you never know. That'd be amazing.
Tell.
Now, after all these years at Morgan County, what is possibly your favorite memory overall?
God, man, I wish you'd give me some time to think about that. Levi, I truly don't have a favorite memory that I can think of. I really can't. I'll tell you, from football standpoint, I can remember 2012 when we beat Gordon Central on a last-second stop by our defense. Carter Schultz and Stuart Spence, the Ross boys, Grayson Segrist. We stopped them and held on to win the game. That was the first round of the playoffs. That was a really big memory. But I think, if I sit back and say, what's the biggest thing that happened since I've been here? I think Columbine was huge. And 97, 98, whenever that was. And then, of course, the attack on the Twin Towers. Those are probably the two biggest things that are the biggest memories of me being here at school.
Well, before we close out the show, we actually got to talk to Miss Moore a little bit more about one of her favorite memories with you.
I've known Coach Malone a long time. We've been good friends for a really long time. Probably one of my most favorite memories was at a back-to-school rally that we had. All the teachers were in there, and they called one teacher up from each school, and they had to dance. And Coach Malone got up there and broke it down.
My attention.
That's an embarrassment. Somebody made me do that. I think it was Coach Thompson. Coach Thompson made me go up there and do that. And put my name in the list. And we'll let that music finish. Here's the thing about that kind of stuff, Levi. I think one thing that I've learned, because I've been humbled so many times in my life, is that you just can't take yourself too seriously. And so when I was asked to come up and do that dance, that's outside of my comfort zone. But then I figured, well, what the heck, man? I mean, what's it going to do? I mean, I had no idea it would resurface a couple or 3 years later or after the fact. But nonetheless, that's that makes that kind of stuff makes my job fun.
It's great.
Being able to poke fun at yourself.
Now, the real question is, do you still have those moves, Coach Malone? Do you mind showing us?
I don't have those moves. Those moves left me. Plus, I got my boots on today. I had tennis shoes on that Levi.
Dang, we caught you at the wrong time, it seems.
Yeah, you got, but that's a good try. It's a good lead-in, too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a great day. Coach Malone, thank you for being here on our very first episode, and have a great day.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't cut it off yet. I mean, do you even know what the title of this episode is? We haven't given it a name yet. It says Unleashed on there. But I mean, what's your next teacher going to be? Unleashed Volume 2 or? Right, here it is. Here's the title of this. Rhodes and I have already talked about it, and Mr. White likes it too. It was Morgan County MCHS Unleashed, from footballs to chainsaws. Bill Malone.
That sounds perfect.
Okay.
Heard it from Bill Malone. From footballs to chainsaws.
Fantastic.
Have a great day, and go Dogs.
Thank you, Levi.
Thank you.